So I have a very critical question. I think it will be take some long. My question is, I was get married with a girl without his father consent, and when I was doing that, I was don't know about any madhab, and suddenly 2 months ago, uh, for a silly matter, I gave him 3 talak in my cell phone. After that, I I was very rich, but and then I contact with a sheikh, and he informed me that the marriage is invalid because the father was not present. And after that, I consulted other sheikh. He's from Saudi Arabia, and I don't want to mention him, but he's a great guy, and he said that the marriage is okay, but the talak is not okay. It took one place. And two day before, a a scholar said that if you are in a circle of Hanafi madhab, you cannot go out from here. It will be unethical. Now, what should I do?
Habibi, let me ask you one single question.
My question is
Yeah,
one.
Hassan. Hassan, I got the question. The question is clear to me from the first word that you uttered. I have a question for you. Can you hear me?
I can marry this girl once again.
Yeah, Hassan. Hassan.
Sir, my question is, can I marry this girl
Well,
once
if you
again?
cannot hear me, I won't be able to answer your question. You guys make sure Hassan can hear me. Salam alaikum.
I'm hearing you, sir. I'm hearing you, sir.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
After you divorced her, when did you divorce her? How long ago?
2 months.
Okay. And you and her are interested in getting back together?
Yes, obviously. Yes, obviously, sir.
Before you guys got married, did you ever hear from anyone that you cannot marry a girl without her wali's consent?
Sorry, sir. I cannot understand you. Can you repeat once again?
When did you get married?
2 years ago.
Before you got married, did you know that she has a father?
Yes, he had a father, but he don't know anything about this.
Why not?
Till now.
Why doesn't he know?
We was hiding this marriage.
Why? Ya Hassan, tomorrow when you have a daughter, 18, 19 years old, would it feel good? Would you be okay when you know that your daughter is already married and she didn't even inform you? She didn't invite you to her wedding? Would you like that?
Yes, sir. I cannot understand you, sir.
When you have a daughter, would you be happy if she marries without letting you know?
2 years ago, without consent, his father, and his father is don't know anything about this till now.
Hassan, you can hang up. Let me explain to the viewers. If you can understand it, fine. If you can't, then find somebody to translate my answer to you. Brothers and sisters, I have to share with you that whenever somebody is asking this question, I only know that he or she is asking this question because divorce have taken place. So at the time of marriage, they didn't bother. They didn't want to ask Sheikh Muhammad Salah or Sheikh Asim or Dr. Dhakar or Mufti Mink because they know the answer is only one way. Sister, no, it's haram to marry yourself, give yourself in marriage without the consent of your father. So she wouldn't even bother to ask us. Now she's Hanafi. Then when they get divorced, once, twice, 3 times, which means marriage is khalas, over, and the divorce is irreversible and irrevocable, she scratches her head. And somebody would come up with the idea, you know what? Your marriage originally was not valid because you didn't consult your wali. So maybe you can call Sheikh Salah and he will say the marriage is invalid. And accordingly, Divorce is invalid, so can remarry again. How are you going to remarry again? Are you going to remarry again without the consent of the father? Or are you going to knock on his door and say, Uncle, I'm interested in marrying your daughter? My dear viewers, do yourself a favor. Don't play games with Allah. Don't play games with Allah. I understand that I should ask before I act. Before I take this pill, I need to contact the pharmacist to know whether this is for headache or for something else. If I don't know, I need to get a prescription. I don't just open the drawer. My mom is a heart patient and I just open the drawer and any medication, take one for me and I say, Bismillah, Allah is Shafi. We don't do that. How much did it cost you to call the program to ask a question? Zero. Nothing. Nada. No one is asking you to pay anything. So marriage, you want to marry without the father of the girl at all knowing? Wallahi, this is nonsense. And you say this is because of immoral, and this is immoral. Even if it is not about halal and haram. Imagine yourself, you raise your daughter, you put her in schools, mashallah, and she's grown up. She doesn't even bother to pick up the phone. She says, Abu, I'm getting married. Or this guy is interested in marrying me. For 2 years. And our family don't know. What a shame. And now you want Sheikh Muhammad Salah to say, oh, the marriage was invalid. And if the marriage was invalid, that means the divorce doesn't count. Let's remarry again. And how will you remarry her? Are you going to her father? Or are you going to be Hanafi again and marry without wali? Fear Allah. Brothers and sisters, fear Allah. Don't you think the Sheikh who's sitting here is naive or foolish? Okay? Come straight. Before you get married, ask. I will tell you 100% it is not permissible to marry without the consent of the guardian of the girl. Now, you adopted the view of Imam Abu Hanifa, Alhamdulillah. So according to that, if you divorce her once, that's one divorce. 2 times, 2. Third, khalas, irrevocable. Can I change my madhab? Can I follow the vast majority of the scholars and say, you know, because the marriage was invalid, you cannot change? But maybe there is a solution, which is, if divorce took place in the same sitting 3 times, according to Abu Hanifa, it counts as 3 and becomes irrevocable. According to Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, it counts as only 1. So if it was 2 months ago and it's still during the iddah, you can take her back. But this time, you will have to go to the father, apologize to him and say, I'm interested in marrying your daughter. Can we make a marriage contract? In this case, you get his consent and you remarry. If the divorce was 3 times in the same sitting, like some people say, you're divorced, you're divorced, you're divorced. But if it was done 3 separate times, good luck, find somebody else. It's over. Chapter is closed. And don't call any other sheikh. Barakallah fikum. Don't get upset with me, my dear viewers. The young sisters were sitting there. Some sisters would call, say, Sheikh, I married a Shia guy. Why don't you call me before you get married? I would have explained to you whether yes or no. I married a non-Muslim guy and I was hoping that he would become a Muslim. You never married a non-Muslim guy because this is not marriage, this is adultery. Oh, I did this and that. Sheikh, I took a loan and I bought a house and now I'm in mortgage. I figured this is haram. Really? You knew it is haram from the beginning. You didn't want to ask the Sheikh